Hello Aries, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And the Knight of Pentacles. You're someone right now who's very, very forward thinking, right? I think you're also very much focused on your long-term goals. I think right now is a good time in your life, in all of our lives really, to kind of remember what our long-term goals are and to check in with those and to see if we're still following those, right? I feel like you're somebody who knows what you want. I feel like you have a very solid vision of who you want to be, where you want to be, and what you want to be doing in the future, okay? And I think that what we do in the present time is we try to figure out everything that we can do to get ourselves to realize that vision, okay? So I think that you've been focused on the long-term stuff, right? The day-to-day stuff needs focus too. Sometimes with this card we can get too wrapped up in the future, trying to think of what we want at the end of the road, or further down the road. And we lose sight of kind of what's right in front of us right now. And those things that we need to do right now, those changes that we can make, the effort that we can put in order to realize that vision. Yeah. But you're you have a lot of kind of foresight. Yeah. And I think we need to connect with that and establish that vision, and then of course reconnect it with the present day. Let's figure out what we can do right now to realize this future. Okay. So I kind of feel like lately you've been in a little bit of that, almost a pause, or almost not even really a pause, because I feel like you're very active, but I feel like it's just kind of a focus on what's coming, a focus on what's ahead rather than a focus on what's right now. Okay. So let's put this into some context and see what else this is going to reveal to us today. Well, now we've got the Empress. Look at that. The Empress is your long-term goal. This is the kind of life that you really are aspiring to. One of prosperity, superabundance, love, joy, beauty, bliss, all of these great things, right? And I think a sense of community. I think that this is really, this is a world that you really want to live in. This is where you really, really want to be. And I think it's kind of like the future vision. It's kind of like that ideal. It's like that utopia, that paradise that we all want to get to. And, I think it's difficult when it always seems like it's out there. Very curious to see if we'll get the Star card or the Sun card today, okay? Because it feels like it's still something that's out there. But what the Empress reminds us is that this paradise is right here, right now. And we've got to start recognizing that as we continue to move forward toward this ideal future. Okay. So this is a very good card. This is a lot of abundance, and I think this is the life that the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. Okay. So I want to see there some more indication of connecting with things right now, here, today, in this ever-present moment. Knowing that what we do right now, here, today, is going to ensure we get that future, right, manifesting. Now let's see what else is coming out. This is a really good way to start. The Empress card is fantastic. And I think this is about you following your vision. You have this vision to achieve this Empress energy. Now the Empress energy is that, again, that kind of perfect life. Right? The perfect place to live, who you are, where you are, what you're doing, right? And so it could involve a lot of different things for you. It's the people that you're with. It's the food you're eating. It's the clothes you're wearing. It's the love that you have, the joy that you have, the connections that you have. It's not so much about the details of like specifically what you're doing, but it's more about the how and the why. Okay, but this is you, these two cards, this is about you following your vision to this paradise, this ideal life. Okay, let's see what's underneath the surface. Something maybe we're not so much aware of. Oh, there's the sun. Yeah, exactly what I was talking about, because the star would be, it feels like it's out there, right? What's the star but the sun very far away, right? It's a sun very far away. So if we were to get the star card, I would say, yeah, it's just the goal is still very distant. Okay, and it feels like it's way out there. Okay, but when we see the sun card, you know, the sun is a star too, let's not forget. And the sun is really the star that is the closest to us. It is us, right? So I feel like this underneath the surface is the awareness that we are already living in that empress life. We already have that kind of paradise, that land of milk and honey is here right now. We just have to recognize it, we have to open ourselves up to it, and we have to begin or continue doing those things today that will extend this empress energy out into the foreseeable future, right? So the sun card is very good. The sun is saying that if we were to look inside, we would feel very blessed right now, because I think that you are very blessed. You're the kind of person, I think, that really values your connections. I really feel that there are a lot of good people around you. Sometimes we lose connection with them because we're focused on the long-term goals, right? And we've got to have the long-term goals. You've got to follow your vision here, but I feel like there is strength and there is energy in the alliance, the partnership. We see the two twins down there at the bottom, having the connections, right? Appreciating your people now, counting your blessings now, enjoying your pets, your plants, your people right now, okay? And I think also, you know, really connecting with people in order to push into that future with greater strength and more robust energy. Okay, so I think that really this card is about you recognizing what you have in your life and reconnecting with it. Pets, plants, people, friends, family, your loved ones, right? Reconnecting business people, work stuff, you know, friends, all this kind of thing. To realize that we need all of those connections if we're going to continue following this vision into the future, right? And so I wonder now, and we're going to look at the past position, but I wonder if there's some sort of group that you are involved in, if it's there's the hermit energy, interesting. So the hermit's kind of saying that we maybe were involved in a group, but we've kind of gone our own way. So maybe there was not really a split, but there was perhaps it was a gradual thing where we were involved in a team effort or a group effort or even just a partnership one-on-one, maybe a relationship, maybe a friendship, you know, some kind of creative collaboration. And I feel as if you kind of started drifting apart, or if you started kind of just over time, you started kind of going your own way and doing your own thing, focusing on your long-term vision and following that vision, okay? So the hermit back here in the past position, I think is confirming that there might be a need now to reconnect with things, okay? And the hermit could be that period of introspection. The hermit, I think, is in terms of recognizing the sun within. See, this is a sun here inside the hermit's lamp, and that represents the sun here. This is that full inner illumination. I think what the hermit is bringing to the table for you is the realization of what your unique contributions to the world are. And everyone has a very unique contribution, okay? Even if we all do the same thing, we all bring our own unique energy to that work. Okay, and this doesn't have to be a career thing. This could be literally anything. It could be a school thing, could be work, career, could be relationships, family. It could be the things that you're committed to. When I say work, it's okay if you're retired, right? You still have something to do. You still have work. I don't just mean what you're doing for money, right? I mean what you are devoting your energy to on a consistent basis, let's say. So whatever you're burning calories doing every day, that's your work, okay? And I feel that you bring something absolutely unique to the table. And I wonder if there's been a little bit of a period of hermit mode, introspection, kind of secluding ourselves a little bit, maybe a little bit of isolation in the past few weeks, maybe months too, where we just haven't really been connecting with the group very much because we've been so focused on these long-term goals, this vision that you have. Okay? So let's consider that in terms of the rest of this energy, especially the Sun card underneath everything. Because I think the Sun card in some ways is also you recognizing, because see, the Sun is under the surface. It's down here beneath what you're aware of. You might not be aware of your absolutely just cherished, unique contributions to the whole, to the group, to the world, right? And so the Sun card is kind of asking you, in conjunction with the Hermit mode, to realize who you are and what you bring to the table, right? Realize, acknowledge your own unique contributions here. And maybe let's see if we're returning to the group. Maybe, not yet, 5 of Swords. There might be a grudge involved in something. There might be a reason why things have kind of started to drift apart for you from the rest of the people. If it's a company, an organization, if it's your group of friends, family, if it's one person, one partner, one friend, one creative collaborator, whatever it is. I don't need to go through the whole list. I feel like there's some sort of, not hurt feelings necessarily, but it just kind of rubbed us the wrong way. Something did. Yeah. Because I feel that with the 5 of Swords, there might be some miscommunication. There might be a misinterpretation of somebody's actions. Okay? And it could be that there's a misinterpretation of your actions too. If you pulled yourself away from the group to focus on your internal stuff and your long-term vision, maybe that rubs some other people the wrong way. Could be. Because I feel like there's not really a deep connection or communication. The 5 of Swords, it doesn't mean that there is zero communication. It's kind of communication of an unproductive type. Okay? And so we're not really connecting with people. I don't feel a personal connection with this, And I imagine that's the way a lot of people feel about tarot readings. Tarot readings are very much 5 of Swords. Because you never know if you're really going to connect with something or not. And it's a lot of words going back and forth, mostly this way. But it's, sometimes things connect, sometimes things don't. Okay. And it really is supposed to be a two-way conversation, And so I think that this is really true in your life, where you maybe feel that you're just not connecting on that personal, deep spiritual level with things or people, or these readings, or with, things that you usually do connect with. Okay? And it's nobody's fault. We're not blaming anybody. We're trying not to get mad about anything. It's just a difficulty connecting. Maybe Mercury's retrograde or something. I'm not sure. It might be. I don't know. We're going to look at the future position. Let's hold off. Let's hold off on this 5 of Swords. Because I think you value your communication, you value your people. Like I said, you cherish the people that that are in your life. But I feel there's some sort of a disconnect going on. What's in the future position? 7 of Cups. Yeah. The seven of Cups is showing us, I think, the way everything can kind of concentrate, or all these energies can sort of lead to the 7 of Cups. I think with the difficulty connecting, with the need to realize your unique contributions, and really with the Sun card too, to get clarity on your situation in general right here, right now, today, and to maybe start to come out of this relative hermit mode. If if we can realize and exercise the energies of these cards, then I think we can avoid the Seven of Cups, because the Seven of Cups is really spoiling that Empress energy, right? Without realizing all of this here and now in this present moment, your long-term goals are looking a little bit, well, not very pleasant, right? Seven of Cups is not something that we really want to find. This is kind of like it looks like a paradise, but when you get there, it's kind of a swamp, right? And that doesn't sound fun. It doesn't seem like we want to do all this work and go all of this distance toward this paradise, this utopia, this Empress energy, this land of milk and honey, for it just to be a swamp. Okay? And I think that really it's the lack of connection that's leading us to the swamp rather than to the paradise. Let's say you get to the paradise, but you look around, there's nobody there. There's nobody with you. Right? Those connections that you usually have aren't with you at the time. Or you get to the paradise, but you don't feel it. You don't feel connected to it. Yeah. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. In general, I feel that this is, without your people, without your connections with your pets, your plants, your people, right, whatever. Without those connections, we're not going to be enjoying the future that we're working so hard to achieve. Okay? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and Mr. Tao, the yin yang duck, today to watch over that card for us. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really does help out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Okay. General energy, Path of the Serpent, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is kind of the realization, the clarity that we need, especially as far as the Five of Swords and the Sun card. The Five of Swords and the Sun card together, taken as a pair, might be saying that we don't really even believe in our own unique contributions, and that might be part of this hermit energy, that we just kind of feel like, I don't really like myself right now. I don't really feel that confident. I don't feel all that positive about myself or about what I'm doing. I don't feel that I'm really good enough. I don't blah, 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 blah. The Five of Swords is all these negative things. And in fact, to counteract that, let's do a Language of Flowers affirmation card. I feel like we need one. But see, it's kind of a failure to realize how special and how unique you are. And sometimes with the Five of Swords, we just get down on ourselves. And especially if things aren't, if this is what we want, but this is kind of what we're looking at, and we're just thinking, God, this is not what I wanted. It's not really, it's not working the way I thought it was. It doesn't seem to be leading me to the future that I really want. If this is what we're looking at, the Empress is what we have to realize right now. You realize that we have the paradise right now. It's not in some future place. Okay? But the Five of Swords is us falling into this kind of disbelief in ourselves. Language of Flowers card, the Moth Orchid, communication. Yeah, listen and speak with greater care. And I think that's very important, because if we listen and we speak, we achieve that clarity. And see, the Ace of Swords really is a card about listening to ourselves, being able to see what's truly within us. It's rising above all of the tumultuous thoughts and feelings, getting up there above the clouds where we can see the sun rising. Okay? If we're down here on Earth and it's just an overcast day, we can't really see the sun. And there might be so many clouds in your life right now, Five of Swords, maybe some storms going on, that we can't really see our true selves. You can't see your own value, your own worth, your own unique contributions to the world if your light is covered in clouds. So the Ace of Swords is us rising above those clouds to acknowledge our solar nature, acknowledge our unique contributions. It really is the hermit kind of going within and finding that sun again, and realizing then, with the light of this solar energy, with the clarity of mind, that we have this Empress energy right here, right now, and it's not in some future place. but it can be. If it's here now, we can bring it with us into the future, and this won't be, that'll be chased out of the frame, right? And the Ace of Swords, too, is communication, listening. It's kind of putting aside all of our doubts, all of our fears, worries, concerns. It is, it's us forgiving, forgetting, just water under the bridge, right? And trying to reestablish those connections that we need. Maybe there are alliances. Maybe we can find some common ground. Because I feel that your life really expands and changes, and your future changes. This Seven of Cups is not going to stay here. Your future is changing. Your life is changing as your connections strengthen and solidify. So kind of as your group expands, so does your life change in proportion. Okay? So let's see what's let's see what's in the environment position, or in the relationship with the environment position. Prince of Swords. So we've got some good air energy now. We have some communication. Prince of Swords is fixed air energy. And the fixed air energy is kind of saying, you know, we got to get locked into this ace, this clarity. We got to get locked in. Otherwise, our mind has a tendency to go back to the Five of Swords. And then then communication really breaks down. Five of Swords is us really changing our mind, changing our opinions, changing our thoughts. It's very windy here. But here we're fixed. The Ace of Swords and the Prince of Swords is very fixed energy. It's not affected by the wind. It's not going anywhere, right? So we're able to avoid or ignore the myriad thoughts that try to distract us or discourage us, make us second guess ourselves. It damages our self-esteem. It interferes with our communication and connections with our people. And so we're trying to avoid misunderstandings, avoid miscommunications. We're trying to open up. We're trying to connect. We're trying to make friends. You know, we're trying to find our people, right? Let's see what the obstacle is. And it's the obstacle that I think we are trying to avoid. Seven of Swords. Yeah. It's very interesting. We got a lot of swords energy. It really is all about communication. And opening up and, finding a common ground, finding agreements and solutions and maybe compromises. But I feel like we really we're trying to rise above our fears, right? And our fears, I think, are that our need for connections, our need for our people and for friends and for family and for those deep, meaningful, authentic connections with pets, plants, people, that those connections will somehow interfere with our manifesting our greatest life in our future. But really, it's the opposite way around. Without these kinds of connections, the Empress energy is really just going to be a Seven of Cups. Okay, the Seven of Swords is really what we're trying to avoid. We don't want to be distracted from our clarity. So we got the Ace of Swords. There's an Ace of Swords in here, an Ace of Swords in here. Of course, the Ace of Swords is right here. But it's being attacked by other swords in both of these cards. This one, I think, is mostly us attacking ourselves. And the Seven of Swords is us attacking ourselves, but then also it's coming from outside too. So we're in kind of double trouble here. And so we really are trying to stay committed and stay kind of clear-headed. And I think it really is a focus on this inner light, and not let your thoughts interfere or cloud your picture of yourself, right? With self-doubt, with this negative internal dialogue, right? So we're trying to avoid the self-sabotage, okay? We kind of need another affirmation card for the Seven of Swords, but I feel that we're aware of this, and we know that we just have to keep with the positive thinking and establish our connections. I almost think with all these swords cards, this 5 and the 7, that we're having trouble making friends. We're having trouble connecting with people. One, because maybe we don't feel that we really are worth it or deserving of those connections, which is nonsense. Or we're finding reasons to not like things, right? We're finding reasons to kind of say no and stay hermit mode about things. Let's see what the next card is. Maybe the final outcome. A Princess of Swords. A lot of air energy today. This is really very much about communication. Okay? And I think that if we're able to connect and to make friends, right, and make partnerships and form alliances and find common ground with people, then I think we're going to really find a future that's going to be trumped by the Empress. Okay, the Seven of Cups is nothing compared to an Empress energy. So right now we're looking at a future that's kind of swampy and dismal, but it really can be the paradise and the bliss that you want it to be. Okay, and I really think it hinges upon your ability to connect with people. The Princess of Swords is trying, right? Being open, giving things a chance. Okay, and I really think we have to open up. We have to try to recognize the unique contributions of other people in our lives. Even if, kind of on a surface level, we have issues with people, and we all are going to fight and bicker and argue sometimes. But deep down, fundamentally, there's a resonance. Okay. Now we should look at the mystery card and see what Mr. Tao, the yin yang duck, has for us today. I want to see something positive. Obviously, I want to see that all of this we're taking it into account, and it's gonna lead us to the paradise, lead us to abundance, superabundance, happiness, the jackpot, the fortune. So maybe a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, maybe a 9 or a 10 of Cups, maybe another Empress, maybe the Wheel of Fortune. I'm kind of thinking Wheel of Fortune because there's this idea that I have of like your future will expand and grow in proportion to how we're expanding and growing right now in terms of widening our horizons, expanding our consciousness, and connecting with people and places and things, connecting with ourselves, connecting with our environment, being here present in the moment, expanding ourselves now is helping to expand our future. I'm thinking Wheel of Fortune. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. Wheel of Fortune, yes. Expansion, right? Divine timing too. I like the divine. This is the cosmic timepiece. This is Spirit's, wristwatch. That it really is time now. This is kind of a call to action for you to focus on your connections, your people, focus on your friends, making friends, meeting people, following your interests, really being connected with the present moment. Okay, in everything that you do. Go outside, go explore, go meet new people, do new things, and really work on expanding your life now so that we can expand our future as well. This is Jupiter energy. This is very expansive. This is a life that's getting better and better and better and better. And I think, in this case, the future is growing in proportion to how we grow right now. Okay? There's a lot of prosperity in this. There's a lot of success. There's a lot of fortune and fame with this card. Okay? And I think this really is a big jackpot for you. Okay, we have to appreciate what we have now and focus on those connections, make new connections, fix old connections, and really establish that kind of that solid kind of mental framework that will take us into this really unbelievable future. Yeah, and we can replace this Seven of Cups with this Empress energy, and I think that's the confirmation that we're now allowed to do that, and that to me is right on. Now we're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Aries every Monday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from, especially if you're a new viewer. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.